All right, this is going to be something long awaited for so many people because people love their massage guns. Now I'm going to go ahead and preface this. I will not be actually turning this on because it does get in the way of the mic. So if it looks like I'm just simply putting the dead massage gun, it is dead at the moment, on my skin, that's because it is. I'm not turning it on. I'm saying that because people have complained in the past about it. It doesn't matter. What matters is the work you can do with it. Anyways, on to more relevant topics. How do I use a massage gun correctly? We're going to focus this on the lower body. So we're going to think below the heart. Technically your belly is upper body, but we're going to include that as lower body right now because it's below the heart, and that's important for this discussion. Number one, we do not use a massage gun to massage out sore muscles. We use this to enhance our circulation because it's what it's most powerful and most potent at doing. If I have a really sore bicep, for example, I've been doing loads of bicep curls and my biceps really sore the next day. If I just simply put the massage gun right into the belly of my bicep and I just let it go to town for a few minutes and then I take it off, it's like, hey, it feels better. It will feel better largely because it's pretty much gone numb. Because the repeated percussion for several minutes I used it on, that's just simply made it go numb. You make something numb, you don't feel the soreness and the pain, so relatively it will feel a little bit better. That's not doing anything to help you heal, really. It will do a minimal amount of help. So what we want to do instead is actually use these in our major lymph node areas. That's lymph nodes. So these are the areas of your circulation where your blood plasma is being filtered through to return back to your heart. These areas will get chronically inflamed and stagnant and stuck. You can think like varicose veins, but for your blood plasma, and think like your tonsils. If you have chronic tonsillitis, you have issues with chronic inflammation, stagnation in your throat, with draining your head. And so there's a lot of things that's backed up in the tonsils. And so a lot of people will remove their tonsils, or rather have their tonsils removed. I don't think anyone's going to do that themselves because they're getting chronically inflamed. But that reduces the efficacy of your immune system then, because people don't understand the function of your lymph nodes, like your tonsils, and other bits like this. So we're going to go through how do I use this for my lower body. I have another video going through the upper body stuff, but we're just going to make this really quick and easy. I'm going to start off with the belly. Right? So we're thinking anything below the heart, it doesn't have a pump, right? Like you have your heart pumping things out, but your blood plasma and your blood has to come back up to your heart against gravity if it's below your heart. So your veins and your lymph vessels, they need help from creating pressure inside from your breathing. Because when you breathe in deep, and the deeper and more fully you can breathe, the more pressure you create, and pressure drives fluid. And then also you have your calf muscles. Your calves are pumps. As you're doing this is part of why walking by itself is so extraordinarily, gargantuanly beneficial to your health. This pumps your fluids, pumps your circulation, because if this stuff gets backed up, you are going to be in a world of hurt eventually. And it can have a pretty massive impact. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off, preface this with, there should be no pain whatsoever. There should not even be discomfort. You're doing this very shallowly. The structures you're affecting are literally right beneath the skin. So you do this with a lot of delicacy. You can imagine you're going to put this pretty close to your groin. You're going to be putting this around bones. And so you want to be quite delicate, quite gentle. This is never about, trying to plow your tissues into submission, right? So I'm going to slightly go back on myself and say, we're going to apply some pressure here to your abdomen. And what I do is 20 seconds in each area, but I divide up the abdomen into 3 sections, the left, middle, and right. So I'm going to put this up underneath my left rib cage as far as is comfortable. Again, there should be no pain, no real pressure. You're just getting it in there, and the percussion is going to vibrate the lymph nodes and help to jiggle them to knock the crap out, and it will help to increase your circulation pretty massively. This is pretty much what I do to warm up for any exercise. And then 20 seconds right in the middle, just like that, and then 20 seconds off to the sides. Often on your right side, especially as you get up into your rib cage, you might feel like things, ooh, that's like kind of inflamed, it's a little bit sore, it's a little bit painful. And that's often because people's livers, it's right there up underneath your rib cage, big massive organ, typically that's quite inflamed in people, we find. So you may feel that, but typically what people report is that it feels weird. It's not usually uncomfortable or painful at all, it's just weird, and you get used to it. And once you are used to it, this is very deeply relaxing and leaves your body feeling quite rejuvenated. So we're going 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. So that's in the belly and the abdomen. Next up, I'm going to go into my hip crease. So I'm going to think, here's my hip bone, here's my groin. I'm working right there. So when I pull my leg up where my hip crease is, I'm going to take 20 seconds to get into that area and just try to like bend the knee, bend the hip, relax into that so the tissues are nice and relaxed, and you can get in a little bit deeper, but again, you're not trying to get in deep. Your lymph nodes and your lymph vessels are right underneath the skin, just like your veins. You can see the veins in the back of your hand, but you don't really see your arteries anywhere. So applying that just with enough pressure that, you know, it's touching your skin. That's really all you need. And then I'm going to use it from as close to my groin as I possibly can, down to the inside of my knee, going across the inner thigh. Now this is quite a broad area, so you may go longer than 20 seconds, but any longer than 20 seconds and you start getting into the domain of you're making tissues numb, and you don't want to do that. Given if you're using this appropriately and gently, you're probably not going to create numbness, but all over that whole inner thigh. And then you want to get back into the back of the knee. Okay, that's your popliteal area, popliteal lymph nodes. Just working through that area, again, 20 seconds, and then make sure you do both sides. And that is literally it. That is one of the most effective ways to actually use a massage gun. If you suffer with chronic pain, chronic injuries, athletic injuries, I have got you covered. My name is Ethan Hammond, and I am a strength and rehab specialist. I work with people who want to return to sport and fitness, but feel that they can't because of pain and injuries. I've helped people with conditions such as lower back pain, ACL tears, shin splints, neck pain and chronic headaches, and so many more things. Now, a lot of you will be going through things like this, like what I just listed above, and you're saying that you cannot train anymore. Bullshit. You have got to train, and you've got to train right. Train or complain, that is the way this works. Now, I work in person in Southampton, England, but I have online services as well if you're a bit further out. And I also offer free consultations to get you started with a free game plan and strategy for getting out of pain. All you have to do is to send me a text or a WhatsApp message to 07 305 231 339, and I will personally get back to you in the next 24 hours to get you started on the road to proper recovery. If you are serious about leveling up and making real change, this is how you start.